Hello, dear Meeta. Good evening. It's so good to have you again with compassionate communication with our children during COVID times. Such an important topic. So, so quickly we'll start. We discussed so much last time. So, just a recap, which is requested. And you are a Meeta Mathur, an exporter, and you are here with your NLP expertise. You are an NLP practitioner, and you are a communication coach. So this is something so very important at interview times now when people are looking for jobs or when they have to be in their sustainable jobs, and when we are communicating in any relationship, actually these are all negotiations and like really causing a connect which is happening. So your role is really very crucial, which is why you are here. So madam, a quick recap, and it was a
Yes.
beautiful session. Let me compliment you. I got so many comments for the session.
So sweet. Thank you so much, Nahi, for having me again. And yes, the last time we discussed a lot of things, and especially about communication and how we can help our children to be stronger and more healthier, mentally fit in these times. And I'm so glad to be back with more techniques in using NLP. NLP,
Go
as you
for
know,
it.
is neuro linguistic programming. Very simply, which means your language can influence and affect your nerves, and it affects your responses and your behavior. So just going back to what we discussed last time is that communication is how we speak, the language that we use. The effective communication is the foundation of any strong or a healthy family. It is the building block of every relationship, whether it is parents and child, or your husband wife, or friends or siblings. Whatever relationship, it is the most important thing. It is perhaps the key to success. So, in these times, as you rightly mentioned, these times are really challenging for each one of us, and we need to put in extra effort to create, nice communication channels with our children, so that we can create a kind of a healthy bond and help them, overcome all the turmoil that is going through these times. If we just leave it, if we ignore it, these can lead into real anxiety issues, in future when they grow up. The demands, the anxieties, the problems, the pressures, not just now, but over every time in every crisis. So I'm going to work on the NLP techniques. I'm going to show you some very, very simple yet very effective techniques that we as parents, I mean, this is a science, yes, but then we don't need some extra tools to use them. It is just our language, how we mold them. So I feel that every day when we speak to a child, we are dropping a coin in their memory bank. So the kind of memories they are going to take away, or when they grow up, these are the things that they will build their future on. So resilience, emotional quotient, strength, mental strength, going from one crisis to another. This is life. Every person goes through their ups and downs. Every family has it. Every generation has had it. So we can never say that with certainty that any life will have no problems at all. So we are trying to have such healthy upbringing that will create kind of an attitude in them that they will have a better life. So that's about the recap, the emotional quotient and resilience that we had spoken of
Yeah.
last
So,
time.
so I,
So
I
building on that.
yeah. So quickly, I will quickly put your recap into simple things so that people remember that communication as a
Yes.
whole. This is to very important that 50. I'm just giving the approximate percentage.
Right.
57% around is the body language which we use.
Yes.
35% is the tone which we use, and only
Yes.
7% are the words which we are choosing. And this communication, very important. And it is so simple. What we are talking is, of course, it is NLP, and it is something really which is learnt over a period of time. Then you have to practice it, but making it very simple, like what we have in our practice as an energy, as a vibration. So energy always follows from high to low. So here, communication, because we are human beings, we are into emotions. So here comes our emotions, which, because of which we have some actions, which comes in the form of our behavior, and that behavior causes the result. Like we want
Right.
to cause as a result connection. So this is what you are putting it in another way. So now I want
Absolutely.
to ask you
Yes.
that how do we use these NLP techniques in causing
Right.
resilience? And here I want to acknowledge the children. They have actually shown us during these lockdown times, the last lockdown and this time again, how to be more resilient than the adults. So this is a learning with the children again, because they enjoy every small bit. They are real, living in the moment, which the NLP is giving as a
All about.
practice, and
Yes.
you are sharing us techniques. So what else? How do we as
Very.
parents?
Very true about the children. They are so adaptable. They learn in minutes. And even when, we are not even careful, but they learn from us all the time. And we are their role models. So, as I often say this, the children do not need critics, but they need role models. This is what they need most of all. And who better role models than us parents, and especially when they cannot meet their teachers or their peer group. So we are there to mold them in a way that would be beneficial to them as well as to the society and the community at large. So, yeah, looking at the pandemic, what do we have? We have a lot of fear, lot of anxiety, lot of demands, pressure, not on the parents as well as children. So, what happens is the parents' response reflects on the child. So what the number one technique that I always speak of, and I often use the most in NLP, is that of reframing. Nahid, I've had such beautiful results with depressed patients, with anxiety patients, with de-addiction. Patients who have addiction problems. So for all of these, I've had very good results, and reframing is a very simple technique, which means that uh, you you must have always heard, where the energy flows, the focus, where the focus goes, the energy flows. So divert the attention. What we need to basically do is to divert the attention. So क्या होता है ना, ही जब हम देखते हैं ना कि किसी पेंटिंग को हम लेते हैं, उसका हम फ्रेम चेंज कर देते हैं, तो उसकी पूरी शक्ल सूरत बदल जाती है। ठीक है, कई बार हम जो डिफरेंट तरीके के कपड़े पहन लेते हैं तो हम थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट लगते हैं, और वही चीज है कि अगर आप अच्छे से तैयार हो गए, आप अच्छे लगने लग जाओगे। तो इसी तरह से किसी भी सिचुएशन की अगर हम फ्रेम चेंज कर देते हैं, सो सिंपल शब्दों में रिफ्रेमिंग का यही मतलब होता है कि उस सिचुएशन को हम एक अलग नजरिए से, अलग डायरेक्शन से, अलग तरीके से देखें। जो मेरे जो 3 टूल्स जो मैं पेरेंट्स के लिए सजेस्ट करना चाहती हूँ रिफ्रेमिंग में, इसकी आप अपने बच्चों को ना 3 क्वेश्चंस दीजिए, एंड दीज क्वेश्चन आर वेरी सिंपल। व्हाट आई हैव, व्हाट आई एम, एंड व्हाट आई कैन। जो सिचुएशन है जिसका हम बिल्कुल चेंज नहीं कर सकते, उसको अलग हटा के ये 3 क्वेश्चन हम देखते हैं, है ना। एंड वी आर नॉट इवन टॉकिंग ऑफ द पैंडेमिक और एनी अदर क्राइसिस फॉर दैट मैटर। व्हाट आई हैव, I have time, I have talent, I have techniques. What I am a resourceful, powerful, creative person. And what I can help, I can support, I can love, I can care. And for my family, for my friends, for my community, the society. क्या हुआ यहाँ पे कि जो पैंडेमिक के ऊपर आपका इतना ज्यादा ध्यान जा रहा था, वहां से ध्यान हट के आपका ध्यान अपने ऊपर आ गया। दुनिया में हम कहते हैं ना, हम और चीजें चेंज नहीं कर सकते, हम सिर्फ अपने आप को चेंज कर सकते हैं। ध्यान आप अपने ऊपर ही रखिए, और जब बच्चे को ये समझ आता है कि हाँ मेरे पास क्या है, तो आज के वक्त देखिए आप, मेरे बच्चे मुझे किस तरह से हेल्प कर रहे हैं. दे नो दैट द पैंडेमिक इज देयर फॉर एवरीवन, but these kids are helping me, pack food packets for the needy, for the people who have been through this crisis. फैमिलीज, मतलब आप देखिए सूप बनाने में, सैलड बनाने में, खाना बनाने में मुझे हेल्प कर रहे हैं ताकि हम दूसरे लोगों को हेल्प कर सकें. सो यहाँ पे आपकी रिसोर्सफुलनेस, आपका मतलब एवरीथिंग, आपका जो पूरा सुबह उठते के साथ ही ये शुरू हो जाता है कि क्या बनेगा, कैसे पैक होगा, अच्छा सिल्वर फॉइल, ये वो बहुत सारी डिफरेंट बातें होती हैं. ना कि ये बात होती है कि आज क्या कितने लोगों को क्या हो गया और कितने ऑक्सीजन नहीं है और कितनी दवाइयां नहीं है. ये सारी बातें नहीं हो रही हैं हमारे घर में. हमारे घर में बिल्कुल ही सिचुएशन डिफरेंट है कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं. सो ये आपने एक पूरा
Right.
रिफ्लेक्ट कर दिया सिचुएशन. अब आगे भी जरूरी नहीं हम इस क्राइसिस की बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि लाइफ में कभी भी क्राइसिस तो ड्रॉप ऑफ अ हैट. So every time the child will always remember these are the three things that I have to see: what I have, what I am, and what I can. So this is how you reframe. And
Right.
this reframing
And
is so important that the mind steps away, from the dwelling too much on the situation and gets busy doing and thinking positive and nice thoughts.
yeah, because said very truly that energy follows thoughts. So
Yes,
we have to get present to our thoughts. Just be present. So here again,
right.
if we can be the observers, अगर हम थोड़ा सा बाहर आते हैं अपने own self से, and we
Mhm.
observe what is going on around in our thoughts, that is why people meditate, because these thoughts, why we are talking about this in this conversation, in we have around 60,000, 55,000 to 60,000 thoughts in a day. And
Right.
it is so astonishing that only 3 to 4,000 are positive thoughts. The rest all are negative. So, what your reframing, which you have reasserted now, is so very important. And this is
Right.
very important in younger children. Here, I would like
Okay.
to say that the children till 8 years, 9 years, their subconscious programming is happening. Like Meeta, you, me, Nahid, Nisha, hello, Seema, hello. We all are programmed during our childhood, and that has an impact on us. And communication has an impact. And here,
बिल्कुल.
as you, the parenting is co-parenting. Somewhere you are
Yes, we
demonstrating,
cannot
the children are learning
at
from you,
any
and we are
point of
also
time.
learning from
Yeah.
the,
At
we are
any
also
point of
learning
time
from
we
the
cannot. Yeah, it's co-parenting, which means that the role of
co-parenting.
the father, the role of grandparents, and everything comes into the thing, into the picture. But essentially, yes,
Everything.
everything, because we end up being critics rather than being the role models, and the children learn by observing us all the time. हम लोग इतने बिजी हो जाते हैं कि हमें पता ही नहीं कि हमारी कार की बैक सीट पे कौन बच्चा बैठा हुआ है और हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं आपस में, न्यूज में क्या चल रहा है, हम आपस में सोफे पे बैठ के क्या बात कर रहे हैं, बच्चे कोने में खेल रहा है. So all this information and all the communication that we are doing is getting into his head and it is getting recorded and processed. अपनी छोटी सी थिंकिंग 8 साल के 9 साल का बच्चा क्या प्रोसेस कर पा रहा है, क्या समझ पा रहा है. तो वो चीजें हम बहुत ज्यादा अनदेखा करते हैं. हमें इस बात का बहुत गौर से ध्यान रखना है कि हम किसके सामने क्या बात कर रहे हैं. ये मत सोचिए कि बच्चा इतना
And,
छोटा है क्या समझ आएगा उसको, लेकिन उसको सारी बातें
and,
समझ आती हैं. नहीं भी आती हैं तो
and,
रिकॉर्डिंग तो हो ही
and
गई है उसकी.
And here the point is, it goes to every cell of the body. The 80 trillion cells which make our thoughts, moods, emotions as a human being, it goes in
Yes.
every cell. And when you
Mm.
said the three techniques which you told to the parents, which is so powerful, when this really the energy is coming, at a cellular level, when we
जी जी.
reaffirm with with the oxygen which we breathe, ये एक एक सेल में जाता है और हमारा मदद करता है in really
Mm.
in coming up in a new energy and then new
New
thought,
energy.
new emotion. और वही
Right.
इमोशन हमको रोबोटिकली
हाँ.
ड्राइव करता है. So that is why NLP
बिल्कुल.
is so important, which you are sharing. So
Yes.
Meeta, what more here specifically? Somebody had asked me that what are the more tools, because as you also know, as a NLP
Hmm.
practitioner and communication coach, that EQ is more important. The adversity quotient, विपरीत परिस्थिति में हम कैसे अपने आप को रिक्रिएट कर पा रहे हैं या उसको कैसे बहुत स्ट्रेंथ के साथ ले पा रहे हैं, that is so important. So how are your techniques helpful in this
मैं
creating
समझती हूँ
the
नहीं कि
emotional?
ना कोई भी साइंस जब तक हम उसको प्रैक्टिकली अपनी दिनचर्या में यूज नहीं कर सकते, तो मैंने क्या किया है कि इन्हीं सारी टेक्निक्स के लिए छोटे छोटे फ्रेजेस मैं लेके आई हूँ, ताकि जिन लोगों को इस साइंस के बारे में कुछ भी पता नहीं है, तो उन फ्रेजेस को या उन सेंटेंसेस को या उन सिचुएशंस को यूज करें, ताकि आप बच्चे को एक ज्यादा मेंटली स्ट्रांग बच्चा बना सकें। सो देखिए, सबसे पहली बात तो ये है कि वी नीड टू हैव इंसाइट इनटू द चाइल्ड्स माइंड. So how do you do that? You do not have a microscope that you can put it into his head and understand about his thoughts. So the thing comes down to communication. You have to ask him questions which are open-ended. है ना? आप कैसे हो? अच्छा हूँ. बात खत्म हो. So you always, whenever you are asking or whenever you're talking to a child, the questions should be, about his feelings and emotions. So how do you feel about the weather today? How do you feel about the situations today? What are your emotions? What do you feel will happen now? So all these questions will give you so much insight into his thought process. सो ये थॉट प्रोसेस ही फिर आपको हेल्प करेंगे कि आप उसको कैसे मोल्ड करें. पहले आप जानिए आपके आपके पास क्या रॉ मटेरियल है. रॉ मटेरियल मतलब आपके बच्चे के थॉट्स क्या हैं. सो फर्स्ट इज फाइंड आउट योर इनसाइट्स थ्रू ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चंस टॉकिंग अबाउट इमोशंस एंड फीलिंग्स. Second is initiative, which means help your child develop that resilience या mental strength, ताकि वो अपनी लाइफ के चार्ज ले सके. छोटे छोटे जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं या छोटी छोटी उसकी जो ड्यूटीज हैं उसको दीजिए. मतलब उसको पता होना चाहिए उसको कितने बजे उठना है, क्या करना है, so that he takes charge of his life. Small things, his area, his room, or the her toys lying about,
Responsibility,
responsibilities. Let him take, मतलब छोटे बच्चे के लिए है,
gardening,
बड़े बच्चे के लिए और
household,
रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हो सकती हैं. यस, फॉर एग्जाम्पल करंटली जो मैं
and
खाना.
let him choose the responsibility, giving the
हाँ हाँ,
choice.
आप क्या करना चाहते हैं ना. तो तो वो उस तरीके से कि भाई जैसे अभी मेरे बच्चों को होता है कि ना, हाँ मम्मा वी कैन व्हाट इज इट दैट वी नीड टू कुक. हम लोग क्या करें, कैसे करें. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जब वो बच्चे इनिशिएटिव लेगा, जब उसको लगेगा कि मेरा वैल्यू है ना. सो दैट वैल्यू क्रिएशन ऑफ हिज ओन सेल्फ वर्थ is being created there. So that encouragement, let him take measured risk, but let him do his own thing, so that when he grows up, he knows that I have gone through this before and I have dealt with it. So this is nothing new for me. Right.
Yeah,
So if
right.
you, yeah, people who have gone through wars or floods and famines or some kind of, crisis earlier on, they are far more suited to, go across a pandemic very easily. बनस्पत वो लोग जिन्होंने कभी दुनिया में कुछ देखा ही नहीं, कोई क्राइसिस ही नहीं देखी. तो क्राइसिस भी एक लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म बन जाती है.
Yeah.
तीसरी बात मैं
हाँ, तो
करती
यहाँ पे
हूँ. जी 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 जी, बोलिए. आप कुछ
यहाँ
कह
पे
रहे थे
जो
नहीं?
आपने कहा इसी पे I am just recreating what you said, that here as a human being we have to understand that whatever, because this is human, we can error also. अभी हम सारी अच्छी
Yes.
बातें कर रहे हैं, ऐसा करना
हाँ,
चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए, but somewhere
हाँ,
we can fizzle out also because we are human beings. So at
right.
that point of time we can be we can accept our ordinariness, our child's ordinariness, कि हम communication में हमसे गलती हो गई, and we can
Hmm.
complete it also by saying sorry. Like parents can also say sorry. This is so simple, because
I
what this
know,
will happen is,
sorry, apologizing
क्योंकि
is a very big and beautiful tool. It shows that you are vulnerable. It shows that you are human.
oh,
It
but
shows that you are
some
related. And yes, and it acknowledges the other person's feelings as well. That I hurt you or I was wrong. So sorry is a very emotional tool.
तो हम गलती कर सकते हैं, मतलब इट इज
जी
अलाउड
जी
एंड इट इज सो ओके अबाउट इट. अनदर थिंग, हम बात कर रहे हैं कम्युनिकेशन की, तो यहाँ
जी.
सबसे पहले द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, व्हिच यू हैव ऑलरेडी सेड इट, आई एम जस्ट रिक्रिएटिंग इट, that listening comes
हाँ,
first before we open the
उसकी बात
mouth.
हमने ये
That is why
बात करी
God has
थी
given us 2 ears. और listening human being में नहीं होती है. Human beings are designed not to listen. कुछ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड्स की होती है, तो ये बार बार क्रिएट करनी पड़ेगी. हस्बैंड भी नहीं सुनेगा, अभी मेड भी नहीं सुनेगी. क्राइसिस का टाइम है और इसका और माइक्रो श्रिंक हो गया होगा, माइक्रो सेकंड्स हो गए होंगे, तो बच्चे भी नहीं
और ना
सुनेंगे. तो इस लिसनिंग पे वर्क करना है, आपकी टेक्निक्स यूज करनी है और उसको प्रैक्टिस करनी है. और जब हमसे गलती होगी तो हमें सॉरी बोलना है. तो इट इज अ रोलर कोस्टर. हम हाई एनर्जी से नीचे भी आएंगे एंड देन ऊपर जाएंगे. जैसे
यस, ना ही ये चीजें हम एक्नॉलेज करें और इन चीजों के लिए एक प्लेटफॉर्म होना कि are also going through anxieties. We too have our vulnerabilities. We too have such situations where we something can happen. So इसमें एक चीज और आती है, which is that encouragement building. क्या होता है कि इससे भी एक मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ इसलिए आती है कि आपका खुद का रिलेशनशिप तो बढ़ गया है ही. एनकरेज देम टू बिल्ड फर्दर रिलेशनशिप्स, स्पेशली इन अ टाइम क्राइसिस. लाइक you said, even we will fall sometimes. We will have our downs instead of ups. So that is the time when we need the child the most. ठीक है, अब हमारा जो सिस्टम है, सपोर्ट सिस्टम हमारी. Nahi, can you hear me? Nahid, can you hear me? Hey Nahid, can you hear me?
so quickly till the time Meeta is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. So I was just
Yeah.
talking कि हमारा जो support system है उसके हमारी मासी, भुआ, चाची, तो इनसे एक अच्छा स्ट्रॉन्ग रिलेशनशिप होता है बच्चे का. और हम लोग उस वक्त अगर अपने बच्चे को नेग्लेक्ट करते हैं, जब हमारे साथ खुद के साथ कोई क्राइसिस हो रहा होता है, हम अपने बच्चे के ऊपर ध्यान नहीं दे सकते. तो दैट इज द टाइम व्हेन दिस काइंड ऑफ रिलेशनशिप हेल्प्स. इसके पास एक हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप एनकरेज करिए अपने आसपास अपने बच्चों के साथ, जो कि थोड़े आपसे बच्चों से ऑब्वियसली बड़े होने चाहिए, who can actually understand their problems.
Right. So it is already 22.
Yeah.
It is a request. Let us sum up here as our session is a short one, and we will be coming again next Tuesday.
I just
Right?
yeah.
And your sound is also cracking. It's not coming so
Is it
clearly.
better now?
No,
Is it better?
it's cracked. No, it is not better. So and
Okay,
it's
so,
already 23 minutes. So here I would request everyone. Here I have Jason John. Thank you so much. Mayank, Aarti. I can see so many friends. Abha Garg. All of you are together, and I'm so my apologies for the technological glitch that there is some sound problem also in between. So we will be coming up again discussing more because see, this is important. So let us have a part 3 again next Tuesday, and we will. And here I would like to sum up that saying that communication again has 3 parts: communication with the world, that is the major part and the number one, then communication with our own self. And here the problem area is because we don't know how to communicate with ourselves, so we cannot teach our children also, and nobody taught us during our childhood. Until now we are not aware. That is why that self completion, self love, self care, why everybody is talking about this, because this is an area to be worked upon, because हमको पता भी नहीं है कि हमारा सेल्फ कम्युनिकेशन वाला एरिया हमें डेवलप करना है. एंड द थर्ड इज कम्युनिकेशन विद द डिवाइन. So your tools here are very important, and we are human beings, as I said. So thank you, Meeta, and thank you so much. And people who want to get your tools and techniques on a daily basis can join our group and can learn from you directly daily. That is the direct connection is what is requested for people who are interested. So please, people can get in touch with you or me, or I will be posting it again in our this link once we end the session. So people are requested to, who are interested to be in daily communication with you or me or everyone. More mentors are there. So let us be together. And thank you so much. And lovely session, so important. And Meeta, we need you again next Tuesday with with some more techniques. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart.